Madison, I'm surprised to see you here. What can I do for you?
Don't talk down to me, Lyons. I had nowhere else to turn. You must help us. Project Purity has been overrun.
Yes, I'd heard reports of an incident there. What details can you give us?
The Enclave. They've attacked Project Purity. James is dead. There may be more, I don't know. You have to do something.
Then it's as we feared. Madison, I'm sorry this happened. I wish we could have done something.
Then do something now. They've taken over the Purifier. Lyons, they cannot be permitted to have control over it. It's not right.
No. Calm down. You know as well as I do that the Purifier doesn't work. It's useless to them. Perhaps it's time to walk away.
That's not true. James, he found what's been missing. We know how to get it running.
Is that so? Does the Enclave know this?
No, I don't think... I don't know. I just don't know what's happening anymore.
All right, Madison, it'll be okay. Now, this is James's son, I presume? I can see the resemblance.
Yes. He knows what we need. Vault-Tec computer, something to locate equipment. Please help him.
Very well, we'll sort this all out. Hail.
I need to rest, lie down or something. This is just too much. Rothschild should help you, but don't forget that he's Brotherhood. I've never trusted them. Be careful what you tell them.
Hail.
I heard Elder Lyons talking.
Listen, thanks for getting us through that. I'm not stupid. I know we wouldn't have made it without you. I'm sorry about your dad, and I'm sorry I've acted like an ass. Great. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
What do you need? And I have work to do.
Father, might I have a word?
Hey, buddy. Hi. Yeah, so listen, thanks and all. Really great job you did there.
Yes, my daughter. What is it?
I've been talking with the other members of the Pride. We want to assault the Purifier, Father, now! The Enclave must pay for what they've done.
You may be a Sentinel, but you're also my daughter. I won't throw your life away fighting an enemy we know too little about. I'm sorry, but no.
Yes, Father, I understand. You have my apologies. You just managed to get yourself into all sorts of trouble, don't you? Welcome to the Citadel. Not many civilians get to see the place. I've read the reports, seen the initial scans, but I can hardly believe it. I figured those radio transmissions were just old recordings. Never figured the Enclave would actually show up, in the flesh. But don't worry. Whatever they try, we'll be ready for it. I'll lead the Pride to knock them out tomorrow, if my father permits it. You've seen them, so you know what we know. What more is there to say? If we can figure out where they're coming from, we might be able to stop them. If not... It's the best of the Brotherhood, bar none. No one gets in without my say-so. Stay strong.
You have my condolences. Your father was a good man. More than anyone else, I dare say. Certainly enough to know they're the greatest threat the capital wasteland has ever faced. The Brotherhood of Steel has encountered the Enclave before, you see. Over 30 years ago, back in California. Then they were led by a President Richardson. Now we've got this Eden to contend with. It matters not now. As before, they seek to control and destroy. All in the guise of restoring order. Your father, I fear, was just the beginning. The Brotherhood is an old organization going back to the years just after the war. We are but a part of it. What would you like to know? The Brotherhood began on the West Coast and exists there still. We were dispatched to this location many years ago. In truth, the Brotherhood of Steel has been struggling for years, both here and back home. Honor, truth, courage. These virtues seem to have little meaning in these troubled times, I'm afraid. Ah, no. That's the real question, isn't it? Our orders were, and are, to acquire any and all advanced technology. And we have, to the best of our abilities. But when I realized the extent of the super-mutant threat, I felt it was my responsibility to aid the people in their struggle against them. Unfortunately, my superiors back west disagree with my assessment of the situation. They feel I've grown too attached to the local populace. And they're right. In any event, the Enclave's arrival changes everything. It's been over 20 years since we arrived, and we've been struggling to contain and eradicate the super mutants for nearly as long. With the arrival of the Enclave, I have a terrible feeling the super mutants are the least of our worries. So be it. What more did you want to know? So be it. Would you believe no? It's pathetic, really, considering we've been fighting those abominations for nearly 20 years. In all that time, all we've managed to do is to contain the threat, hold them back so they don't overrun every blasted settlement out here. But we don't really know anything. Where they're from, why they've infested the DC ruins. And now here we are, holed up in our Citadel. Low on resources, low on troops. It's enough to make an old man so very tired. Steel be with you.
Initiate, you've got a lot of nerve to interrupt. Oh, my apologies, stranger. I thought you were one of these worthless initiates. I swear these kids would be lost without me here to powder their asses. I am charged with the duty of turning these maggots into brothers of steel. With the threat of the Enclave, they're likely going to be pressed into service before they've taken the oath. So I've got a lot of work to do. Killing unarmed civilians makes me sick. Come over here. Try fighting someone who shoots back, fucking cowards. Why do you think I ride these initiates so hard? I make training hell so fighting those uglies won't be. Damn initiates.
The Brotherhood is at your service. Hail.
Hail.
Oh, yes, hello, I've heard about you. We don't get many strangers here in the Citadel, especially those who walk about unescorted. I am Scribe Bowditch. If you require something, simply ask. Why, a great many things. There are 3 orders within the scribes, you see, each dedicated to a different field of study. Of course, there's the Order of the Sword, Order of the Shield, and Order of the Quill. The Order of the Sword develops and maintains the Brotherhood's weapons. The Order of the Shield does the same for our power armor and defenses. The Order of the Quill is responsible for recovering and preserving knowledge, ancient and otherwise. I am Proctor of the Order of the Shield. I oversee the others in my order and make sure our defenses are up to snuff. Do you know how long it took to fortify these ruins? From the husk of the Pentagon, I carved a grand citadel. No easy task, my friend. Ah, but that was yesterday, when all we had to worry about was those damn super mutants. The Enclave, now, that's a different problem altogether. Certainly. They're sporting some pretty impressive power armor, I'll give them that. The Advanced Mark II. But that's all right. With a few modifications, our own armor will more than handle anything they throw at it. They're relentless, like nothing I've ever seen before. I honestly think they see our brothers in power armor as some kind of canned meal. Some of the pieces we've had brought back, men and women ripped in half, some pulled through their armor. Just horrible. I suppose that I can. The Brotherhood can make use of wasteland currency to trade. Oh, yes, I can. In fact, I suspect I could write several texts on the various details of the Brotherhood. But I suspect you're in a hurry, so what particulars would you like to know? I'm afraid the answer to that is a lot more nuanced than others might suggest. Brotherhood members are sworn to acquire and protect technology of the past, but not everyone interprets these oaths in the same way. Elder Lyons sees these duties as part of a larger dedication to protect the innocent. Some, like the outcasts, disagree with these priorities. It's a rather sad story, I'm afraid. Last year, some of our soldiers had grave disagreements with the decisions of Elder Lyons. Disagreements spiraled out of control, and there was a schism in the ranks. The loyal soldiers practically threw out the dissenters. Now they call themselves the Outcasts. Where Elder Lyons has fought to protect the people of the Capital Wasteland, the Outcasts demanded we move on and leave them to their fates. They insisted there was more important technology to be recovered in a scientific base in the ruins of Fort Independence to the west. As callous as their decision may be, it's more in line with our original mission. Elder Lyons is an inspiration to us, but to them, he's a traitor. The soldiers rallied behind Paladin Kasdan, who was one of Elder Lyons' original squad. They served together for over 20 years. Kasdan was well respected and every bit as loyal to the Brotherhood as Elder Lyons. He just disagreed with the interpretations of our oaths. But when disagreements turned into fistfights, he left with the Outcasts. We lost more allies that day than we ever have to any battle. Lyons and Kasdan would have to agree to any sort of reconciliation, and that's pretty unlikely. They're both quite proud and stubborn. Me, I just wish there was a way we could all agree that at least we're still on the same side. There are bigger problems out there after all. As much as some of our soldiers would like to see them shot for deserting, there's not much we can do. We're too busy with the super mutants. Meanwhile, they're busy seeking out new technology and trying to get back in contact with the Brotherhood out west. So our paths rarely cross, but it's never pretty when they do. I just hope things cool down before it gets worse. It is a rather discouraging subject, isn't it? Farewell.
Hail to you. By the traction of hospitality and on the word of Elder Lyons, I welcome you to the Citadel. I am Star Paladin Cross, Keeper of the Arm, and Seneschal to Elder Lyons. And I am honored to say I was acquainted with your father. Now what may I do to help you? I did, and you as well. Long ago, I helped guard the water purifier against the super mutant horde. When your father left, I escorted the two of you to Megaton. He was a noble man. I was saddened to hear of his passing. But from what I've heard, he died with honor. He died for you. I only pray that my own death has such meaning. And so our deeds are carried on through our sons and our daughters. Continue to remember him fondly. Continue to tell his story. And continue to do his work. Through you, he shall carry on. But now I must ask you a difficult question, if I have your leave to do so. I escorted your father across the wastes. It was the best I could contribute to his efforts to restore fresh water to the people. I would like the honor of escorting you in your journey to complete his work. As a Star Paladin, I answer only to Elder Lyons. He has given me leave to pursue the restoration of Project Purity, as I see fit. By aiding you in your travels, I shall fulfill that mission as best I am capable. Then I shall follow your leave and submit to your command. As James's child, I know I don't need to explain, but I am not your servant. If I do not like the path your actions take, I will return here. Now, let us go forward. Crush the Enclave and fulfill your father's mission. Yes. What do you require? I am open to your suggestions. It is always a subject worthy of discussion. In the words of Elder Theus, a brother well equipped is a brother keeping to his duty. Lead the way. Watch for signs of trouble.
Scribe Bowditch, I trust you are well. I'm here for your progress. modified recon armor.
You're a bit late today, sir. I was afraid that you weren't coming. As per my report that I forwarded to you, development is on schedule.
I'm pleased to hear that. Do you anticipate any setbacks? Last month's progress was, well, let's call it underwhelming.
I'm afraid that there may be a delay, sir. So far, I haven't been able to salvage a fellulator unit from the parts that we have on hand.
We have shortages all around, my friend. Make do the best you can. We may not have the Enclave's resources, but we do have...
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized.
I have those results.
Designation,
I
Liberty
sent them over to your
Prime.
station.
Mission, the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska.
If you had a
Primary
moment,
targets,
Scribe Rothschild.
any and all red
What is it,
Chinese
Lord?
invaders.
The robot isn't going to fix
Emergency
itself.
Communist Acquisition Directive.
About that, are you
Immediate
still having that
self-destruct.
issue with the head laser? I think the term you used was invariably destructive.
Yeah. And I told you that in order to compensate for last Thursday's mishap,
Need
there
something,
would
friend?
be some
The elders sent word of your arrival. I am Scribe Peabody. Welcome, etc. Now, I'm really very busy. Is there something you needed? You want to talk to Scribe Jameson. She's the archivist, not me. Indeed I can. Pay no heed to those headstrong knights with their pop guns and bravado. It is the scribes who make the Brotherhood what it truly is. The brawn is useless without the brain. Each order of scribes is dedicated to a unique field, all equally important, all more important than those dim-witted grunts. Order of the Sword, Order of the Shield, Order of the Quill, weapons, defenses, and research, respectively. Sword, of course. Weapons, my boy. You name it, I've helped someone kill it. I'm the proctor of the Order of the Sword, you see. Weapons research, development, and maintenance, all my responsibility. Very well. So they have plasma weapons. Bah! It's strong technology, I'll give you that, but limited in modability. I've already started removing the compensators on our laser weapons to cut through the black devil power armor of theirs. We'll drop them like any other meat, don't you worry. Foul, detestable beasts. They're like an infestation. We cut them down and they return again and again. Always so determined to kill or capture. But why? Ha! With my eyes closed. And I will too. But it will cost you, outsider. Until next time.
Patience. I'm dealing with it.
Rothschild, old friend, you're a brilliant technician. But this old... man's patience is wearing thin. I... want a full status report in 3 hours.
Oh, Very well. Now please, a giant robot to fix, hmm?
Quartermaster Durga here, stranger. I have to say, I'm not sure what you're doing in my armory. We run a tight ship, and unless Elder Lion says so, we don't trade with outsiders. Quartermaster out.
Ah, it's good to see you again. The outcasts are a result of my greatest mistake, but a mistake I'm proud of nonetheless. When I came here, I realized for the first time that the Brotherhood's technology could truly save the survivors in this wasteland. I chose to help them, even if it meant putting the Brotherhood's interests at risk. Some of my soldiers called me a hero. Others called me a traitor. The dissenters left my command, calling themselves outcasts to mock me. I cannot fault their dedication, even if I find them lacking in compassion. Only in a very broad sense. The Brotherhood's oaths are to protect humanity's progress, but not necessarily every human. The outcasts and members of the Brotherhood in other places consider it a waste to protect most people. After all, they say, everyone knows how to make another human, but the secrets to making a P-94 plasma rifle are all but lost. Even now, a year after they left, the wounds of their departure are still sore. Some of my soldiers are angry about it. They see it as an insult to me. Bless them for their loyalty. They're more angry about it than I ever was. Others understand their decision. Sometimes I hear them wondering if they should have gone with them. I can't blame them, but I stand by my decision, and I respect theirs. Has it been worth the cost in lives and resources to protect people like you from the super mutants? You tell me. I suspect my daughter's squad helped save your life, and most of our recent recruits have come from those we've saved over the years. It's cost us, but we've saved many lives, and made the capital wasteland a place where people can live. Yes, I'd say that's been worth it. Yes, let's speak of other things. This is not normally something that we do. Trade with outsiders has proven to be problematic in the past. However, considering the circumstances, so be it. I'll send word to Durga that you have full access to trade. Ah, yes. Everyone asks about the robot. Hard not to, I admit. His name is Liberty Prime. Very patriotic. Built by a very proud nation during a very desperate time. We've had about as much success getting him working as they did. You should speak with Scribe Rothschild. He can tell you more. Hail. Scribe Peabody, how does the day find you?
Greetings, Elder. I wish I could say that things were well. Unfortunately, I am still having supply problems. In Kasdan.
Scribe, you are not to speak the name of an outcast in the walls of the Citadel. Is that understood?
I know the protocols, sir. But the equipment that they stole was very valuable. Our weapons are beginning to deteriorate without the spare parts.
Then make do with what you have. We may lack the Enclave's resources, but I'm counting on your ingenuity to make up for that.
Yes, Elder. I understand. I'm sure we've got the parts around here somewhere.
Need something, friend?
So, what's the latest report?
Enclave troops have fortified the Purifier complex. With those vertibirds, they're able to transport personnel at a remarkable rate.
I thought as much.
I received word from Elder Lyons. He says that you have permission to trade with us. Good for you. I hope you're willing to pay for the parts. You're not getting them from our supplies. Sure, just be quick about it. Gotcha. We'll see you next time. I should let you know, I'm not going to use any of our equipment to provide parts for you. You'll have to pay for them. Sure, just be quick about it. Thanks. Steel be with you.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
You honor us with your presence here.
May I start by saying that I am sorry for your loss. I was acquainted with your father many years ago. The world has lost one of its few remaining visionaries. Think nothing of it. Now, Dr. Lee has explained your predicament. You need to locate some Vault-Tec equipment? A Gek? Goodness no, certainly not. I must say that there are some who doubt such a device really exists, let alone works. If, however, you share your father's determination, I may be able to assist you in locating one. Possibly. I'm afraid I won't be able to assist you directly. The news Dr. Lee has brought will require me to be elsewhere. I can, however, give you access to an old pre-war computer from Vault-Tec. It may have the information you need.
You'll find the terminal in the archives in the A-Ring.
You are welcome. If you require further assistance, I may be able to help.
There may be a slight delay in the enhancement of the ambulatory
I need to collect my wits and figure out what to do next. Excuse me.
You always do.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Hail. Welcome.
You honor us with your presence here.
Make no mistake, your father would be proud of what you've done.
Welcome. What aid can I offer you, outsider? What's been going on? Well, let's see. For years, we've been draining our resources defending the ungrateful residents of this no-man's land. Most of my best friends have either been ripped apart by super mutants or left to join the outcasts. And now an enemy we faced more than 30 years ago has resurfaced, and their tech is still better than ours. What's been going on with you? I really don't want to go into it. Go bug Scribe Bowditch. He could talk a dog off a meat truck. What do you need to find? You are currently in A Ring. Here you will find the Great Hall, the Lion's Den, and the Archives. Beyond this area is B Ring, quarters for the Knights, Scribes, and Elder Lions. Outside in the Bailey are the training areas and access to the Initiates Barracks. Other than that, down those steps is the lab. Be careful around there. The scribes are touchy about who goes near their toys. You could say that. We have an old robo-doc. He's a bit creepy, but he does the job. You'll find him in B Ring. Word came down that you got permission from Elder Lions to trade. So just head down to the lab and talk to Knight Captain Durga. Very well. As if we didn't have enough to worry about. Their weapons are better. Their power armor is better. Is their training better? We'll see. You know how many uglies I've killed? More than all of Lion's Pride combined. That's how many. All it takes is a loaded weapon and the will to use it. Oh, and a good way to get ugly blood out of your armor. Little bit of Abraxo and some water. Works like a charm. I can help with that. What do you need? Very well. Of course.
Hail. Name's Greg. Greg Bear. Most of the guys just call me Kodiak. Heard about that mess over at the Purifier. Don't you worry. You're safe here. Now that's a story. The only reason I'm here is because of Elder Lions. You see, I grew up in the pit. Don't suppose you ever been there, huh? It's about 500 clicks to the northwest. Place is a nightmare. 3 irradiated rivers coming together. People there were not well. But the Brotherhood of Steel came down on the place with a righteous hammer. They called it the Scourge. It was a Brotherhood operation. They marched in and swept the place clean. Most of the people there were half-mutated, cancerous, vile things. And these people, rape gangs, torture squads, it was pure chaos there. The Scourge is the best thing that could have happened to it. This was way back, before the Citadel was fortified. Part of the early recon after the Brotherhood first arrived in this area. One night, a squad of brothers led by Paladin Lions swept into the city from over Mount Wash, tearing apart anyone who stood against them. They were completely outnumbered, and still they razed that place to the ground. As they swept through, the Brotherhood policed up every non-mutie child they could find. Turns out there weren't that many. Me and maybe 20 others. The younger we were, the less of a chance that we were mutated. It was ugly work, no doubt, but it had to be done. I'll never forget the sight of the Brotherhood of Steel breaching the breast of the mountain at dawn. Elder Lyons brought us all back to the Citadel. He said it was the safest place he knew of. This place was still being converted. He put us in as initiates and kept a watchful eye over us. He was tough, but he taught us to stay alive. The man's like a father to me. Nah. The amazing thing is Elder Lyons. He risked everything. Went in outmanned and outgunned. I'll never be able to thank him enough. So I do my best to serve the Brotherhood. I know that that's what he really wants. In time, I'm sure you'll understand. There's meat under that armor, and meat can be ground. Hell, I've killed more of those yellow Frankensteins than any other member of the Pride. Except maybe Gallows, those crazy solo night ops of his. Now, I see the Brotherhood's one thing, but the Pride, best of the best. Every damn one of us. Handpicked by Sentinel Lyons herself. Hell, I do it all. Recon, demolition, tactical assault. Guess you could say I'm the Pride's jack of all trades. Never back down.
Glad to see you and that egghead Lee made it here in one piece. I heard what happened to that purifier. Hell of a thing. Man, I don't know. Fighting uglies is one thing, but we've never gone up against anyone that well trained or organized. Even their tech is better. Don't get me wrong, the Pride's in it to win it. And I'll go down shooting if I have to. I just hope I don't have to. Man, nothing dies like an ugly. I once saw Colvin snipe the leg off one at 200 yards. Thing pirouetted like a figure skater. You, my friend, are talking about the most elite fighting force ever assembled within the Brotherhood of Steel. Each of us was handpicked by Sentinel Lyons herself. You can't even realize what an honor that is. Sarah defines combat excellence. Me? Heavy weapons, miniguns, missile launchers. If it's bigger than a human and goes boom, I'm all over it. Steel be with you.
What was the result of the latest scan?
Enclave strength is at 100%. They're getting reinforced from somewhere. We still haven't determined the location of their headquarters.
I see.
Make no mistake.
What aid can I offer you, outsider? Of course.
Father would be proud of what you've done.
What is it? The robot isn't what you say.
Welcome.
Is the time you use this?
Oh,
child?
anytime.
Yes. And I told you that in order to compensate for last Thursday's mishap, there would be some complications.
Hail.
I'm dealing with.
Hail to you, stranger. I am Knight Captain Dusk, in service of Steel. If you require anything, simply ask. My story? I blow the head off anything more than 200 meters downrange. I'm the best shot in the Brotherhood of Steel, bar none. Not even Colvin can match my kill count. That's my story. Damn right it is. Last time I checked, it wasn't called the Sisterhood of Steel. Hell, even Sarah has to prove herself to the knuckle draggers. Every once in a while, we have to show them what's what. Honestly, I can't wait to see if one of those helmets can stop a hollow point round at 100 yards. I'm thinking, not. I can tell you that those heavily armored ones, the Masters, they favor heavy weapons. Miniguns and missile launchers. My recommendation? Headshot from a distance. Avoid the meat grinder. We're the most elite tactical unit ever assembled in the Brotherhood of Steel. Here or anywhere else. Hell, ain't nothing Sarah's Cubs can't handle. I'm a sniper with the pride. Put any muty bastard within 1 mile of me and my rifle, and, well, pack it up, troops. Fight's over. Colvin thinks he's a better shot. Man's delusional. Walk in steel.
Hail.
I come to you for
The Brotherhood
results,
is at
not
your
excuses,
service.
Rothschild. That robot could mean the difference between victory or defeat against the Enclave.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
Oh, very well. Now please.
Scans on the
Giant robot to fix?
purifier. And some serious firepower they're packing.
Enclave troops have fortified the purifier complex. With those vertibirds, they're able to
Finding
transport
a way
Standard
around
round
it.
can even penetrate that stuff.
Pretty dire, huh? Yeah, thanks for completely ruining my day.
Hail, outsider. I am Scribe Jameson. Word of your ordeal has spread. I am truly sorry for the loss of your father. But if I can help you in any way, please let me know. Ah, one of my favorite subjects, of course. What would you like to know? We believe in technology, in the triumph of the creations of the ancients over the horrors and evils of the wasteland. We believe in trust. Trust in technology. Trust in our fellow brothers. Trust in our elders. Ah, and we believe in victory. Our forces have dwindled, but still we fight on. Super Mutant, Enclave, it matters not. Surrender is not an option. Elder Lyons leads us. Star Paladin Cross is his seneschal. Sentinel Alliance, the Elder's daughter, commands the Lion's Pride, our elite combat squad. The Paladins lead the Knights. The Knights are the core of the Brotherhood. They scour the waste to eliminate evil and recover technology. Scribe Rothschild oversees the scribes in their duties to seek knowledge and restore the technology the Brotherhood has acquired. We first arrived in the capital wasteland in 2255. In those first couple of years, we discovered the Citadel, super mutants, and Project Purity. Ah, the Purifier. What an undertaking. The work your father and his team did was amazing. The Brotherhood helped protect them, you know, at least for a little while. But we were stretched thin as it was, even back then. We had to pull our forces out. When we did, the place was overrun. I imagine that's when your father left. I'm sorry. I wish things had turned out differently. Very well. You have? Oh my. This brings to light a sad affair for the Brotherhood, but perhaps it is something that you can assist us with. If you have the time, I have an offer for you. Good. As I'm sure you've noticed, the Brotherhood operates all over the DC ruins, often detached from the main base here at the Citadel. We're short on communication equipment, so many of the groups in the field operate as independent cells, without standing orders. Sometimes, I'm afraid that their missions end in their deaths. As Keeper of the Scrolls, it's my charge to write of each fallen brother's deeds. Exactly. A brother fallen in the field may have no one to carry word of his death back to me. In calmer times, we could send detachments and messengers to learn their fates, but with our manpower stretched thin, we have no such luxury. Which is why I must now ask you for your help. Each brother wears a holotag like the one you found. Should you find any of the fallen brethren in the field, I ask that you return their tags to me, so that I might record their deeds in the scrolls. Scrolls are kept by the head librarian of each Brotherhood bunker. The scrolls are a record of the Brotherhood itself. Into each scroll is written the name and deeds of each of our brothers. Battles, what technology is recovered, when he was promoted, everything. The last entry for each brother is that brother's death. It is important, as the way a man dies is just as important as the manner in which he lives. And so, each man who nobly serves the Brotherhood ascends into our history, to be remembered by those who come after him. They are on our fallen brothers throughout the DC ruins. However, I can't give you a full report on the locations of all of our operations. As I said, many of the units in the field operate independently, sometimes not reporting into the Citadel for weeks or months. As you wish. Just remember, more tags, more reward. I know how you outsiders think. Yes, what about them? Have you? It saddens me to hear of my fallen brethren, but their names and deeds shall be records. Tell me, how many have you found? Their names shall be written into the scrolls, to be remembered forever. As for you, here's your reward. Use it well and in good health. Well, there are a number of orders within the scribes, each dedicated to a specific area of research. The Order of the Sword is responsible for weapons research and development. Guns, ammunition, anything of an offensive nature. Defensive research is done by the Order of the Shield. Power armor, defensive structures, anything that is intended to protect us. The Order of the Quill preserves the written knowledge of the ancients, seeking out all manner of books and holotapes. Actually, I am Proctor of the Order of the Quill. I oversee the archives and library here in the Citadel. We are dedicated to preserving the history of the Brotherhood, as well as unearthing the secrets of the pre-war civilizations. We have a single field associate, Scribe Yearling. She operates out of the former Library of Congress to the northeast. Let me know if you need something else. Quite a few, but most are distinctly unladylike and unworthy of discussion. I will tell you that the Brotherhood has encountered the Enclave before, and their motives were just as sinister then as they are now. The Brotherhood has been battling super mutants for decades, first out west, then in Chicago, now here. But this group of super mutants is different somehow. Physically, yes, but mentally as well. If we knew where they came from, we'd know why. I look forward to our next meeting.
Welcome.
Need something, friend?
Hail. Need something, friend? Ah, you're back. You need something else now. I take it you were successful then. As it happens, the Brotherhood has some information about Vault 87. Let me show you what we know.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
Hail. So what's the latest report?
Enclave troops have fortified the Purifier complex. With those vertibirds, they're able to transport personnel at a remarkable rate.
I thought as
You honor us with your presence here.
Yes. What do you require? In the words of Elder Theus, a brother well equipped is a brother keeping to his duty. In the words of Elder Theus, a brother well equipped is a brother keeping to his duty. In the words of Elder Theus, a brother well equipped is a brother keeping to his duty. You're on point. I shall back you up.
This map shows the locations of all known vaults in the local area. Vault 87 has been highlighted for you. There. Entrance to Vault 87 will be particularly difficult for you, I'm afraid. The area is highly irradiated. Lethal levels are all around the entrance. Gaining direct access will be quite impossible. Quite simply, you don't. To attempt such a thing would be certain death for you. You share your father's determination, it seems. And in this case, you are correct. There may well be another way. Vault 87 is located very close to the site of Lamplight Caverns. It is entirely probable that the vault may be entered from within the caves. The Brotherhood simply cannot spare the resources necessary to investigate the area. Perhaps you may be more successful. If you do find anything, please return here so that we may decide how best to proceed. I wish we could do more, but the Brotherhood potentially faces a very pressing, very real threat in the Enclave. All of my efforts must now be devoted to assessing the threat they may pose to us. I'm sure you understand.
You honor us with your presence here.
Welcome.
Another glorious day in this man's army. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Medical procedures initiated. Administering treat... Error! There has been an error in the medical subsystem. Please run a level 2 diagnostic. Command accepted. Beginning level 2 systems diagnostic. Please stand by. Diagnostic complete. Results indicate a level 7 degradation in neural pathway 0x63A82. No further information available. Neural pathway 0x63A82 rerouted through neural pathway 0x374E82. Stand by. Full motor functions restored. Diagnostic reveals no critical failures. Asshole. Medical procedures initiated. Administering treatment. Please stand still. Medical procedure complete. Further instructions? Acknowledged. Hitting the rack.
Need something, friend?
What was the result of the latest scan?
Supermutant activity in DC is high, but nothing out of the ordinary. The area around Galaxy News Radio is nearly secured.
All right. Thanks for the information. So what's the latest report?
It appears the Enclave troops have moved beyond the Purifier into the surrounding wasteland region. No telling how far they might spread.
I thought as much.
You honor us with your presence here.
Hail. Well, what's your tactical appraisal of our situation?
Enclave troops have fortified the Purifier complex. With those vertibirds, they're able to transport personnel at a remarkable... rate.
I thought as much.
Hail.
Finding your way about all right? According to our latest reconnaissance report, Enclave soldiers have taken complete control of the Project Purity facility.
Hail.
They brutally murdered innocent scientists, including James. He went there to revive the project and died for his efforts. They will answer for their crimes. I haven't worked so hard just to sit idly by and watch the Enclave undo what little we've accomplished here. Here I sit in the safety of the Citadel, while the people of the wasteland thirst and suffer and die. Here I sit a failed, feeble old man. What have I really accomplished? How many have I truly helped? The super mutants still roam rampant. The people still die of thirst and radiation. The Western elders cease to acknowledge my existence. Some of my own people have even gone outcast. And now the Enclave, technologically superior, infinitely resourceful. The time has come to pass the mantle to more able hands. But is she ready?
Quartermaster here. What do you need? I hope you're willing to pay for the parts. You're not getting them from our supplies. Sure, just be quick about it. If you want to pay for the parts, yes. Yeah, I suppose. A pleasure doing business with you. Of course.
Be vigilant.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
Welcome.